We need to pay attention to the reality of things. Um, what I'm talking about in particular is, especially when it comes to people in relationships, people are in relationships for reasons. They're in relationships for a reason. And that reason is not because they're lovable, not because they're the most perfect thing in the world. Most relationships are begin as that, but at their core begins to reveal itself over time. And that is has been whatever happens after a point of time, that has been the foundation, that has been the quiet echo, that has been the core foundation of said relationship. And so when we talk about people who are already in relationships, they're in there for a reason. And that reason is mainly because both parties are benefiting from each other. It is transactional. It is more like a partnership. It is more like um, an agreement. It is most likely like a contract disguised as love. We're gonna make this work because you provide me sex and you provide me money. We're gonna make this work because you provide me companionship and and maybe you don't provide me anything, but I like the way that you say that the way that you do this when you do this to me. Whatever the case is, all right. Everyone's case looks different, but on the entire outer shell of it, that's exactly what it is. Now, why does this matter to you? Why should you care? Well, because one, if you're single, then it's probably for good reason. It's for good reason because you're not exchanging anything. You're not in a relationship based on transactional shit. You're not, right? And so, one second. All right, so I don't know if I finished my first point, but the second point is, should you look for a relationship? Should you be thinking about a relationship? Meaning you're already thinking about, I want to get with somebody. I'm tired of being living this single life. I want to give it a try. I want to get back into dating scene. Okay. Well, now you know. Now you can really, on your first date or when you're getting to know somebody, you ask them these questions. What was your last relationship like? And I know a lot of people don't like to bring up the topic of their ex, da 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 da. But that really seems to be the core foundation, the core reason why a lot of people either break up or end up and stay in situationships with people because they go on a date with someone. They go on the date looking to be flattered, looking for all these different expectations of somebody from somebody, and then whole time the other person is literally just using this date as a rebound because they're like, oh, me and my ex are on a 5 month no contact, so I gotta fill my time with someone else. I'm gonna use this person because they look halfway decent and they probably look similar to my ex, right? So you want to be able to have those uncomfortable conversations on those first dates or first texts, whatever the fuck it is. I mean, it's not uncomfortable. It's really just like, okay, how did this person treat you? Because how this person treated them, you'll understand that the person that you are sitting right across from the table from, if it's a date, or you're sitting right next to, if it's a movie theater date, whatever it is, the person that you're laying in bed with right now, if you just hooked up, they're coming with that baggage. They're coming with that baggage. That's what they can. That's what they're going to provide for you in this moment. And then you may say, okay, well, does it matter how long? Um, it depends on the person, right? Because a lot of people, you just kind of gotta think, right? A lot of people after relationships, they usually hop into relationships, and at times, some people will think, hmm, you know what, this relationship really took a lot of me, so I'm going to take time to myself. So then they'll do that, they'll do that little self journey for maybe a couple years, celibacy, maybe whatever the case is, 3 years. But not all breaks are going to bring this huge transformation for people who think that, taking time off dating is going to change their entire, I don't know, life essence. It really depends on the person, what they've been doing for the past X amount of months or years. But if it's months, don't yeah, they're coming with that baggage with that baggage. They're coming with those abandonment issues. They're coming with those trust issues. They're coming with the fact that they were never treated properly. Yeah. So like again, people are in relationships for reasons, and most of those reasons are transactional. They were never built on love and hardly on reciprocity. And the only thing that's being reciprocated is the exchange of whatever they get from it. Both parties do it. That's how it works. That's how that relationship works. If it's transactional, that's how it works. Most relationships are transactional, so it will work, but at the expense of someone else not knowing their worth, or both people not knowing their worth, just on two different, just manifests differently, right? Um, yeah, that's all I gotta say. So, stay safe out there. Um, and yeah, thanks for listening.